Hi everyone, this video is going to be introducing Project 1 titled Who Are You for the ENC1101 course. This project is broken down into two parts and it truly is all about you. The first part requires you to write a narrative essay about yourself, centered around a certain theme that has gone on through your life or a certain event that has really shaped you into the person you are today. This part of the project is an opportunity for you to allow me to get to know you a little better and for you to be reflective of your own life and where you are right now and where you want to be going. Part 2 of this project requires you to post a virtual text. And this text is going to be serving as kind of an introduction from you to your classmates so everyone can kind of get to know each other and we can kind of gain a sense of community as we go through this online course. For this, you're specifically going to be drawing from your essay. You're going to be composing kind of a different kind of text than you have in the past. You're going to have options to create like a social media post and of the sort. And then after that, you're going to be analyzing your choices and why you chose to do what you did to depict yourself and introduce yourself to the class. Thinking specifically about creator intent and the rhetorical situation discussion that we're going to be having next week. So for part 1, the narrative essay, the word count is going to be 1,800 words. For this, like I said earlier, you need to pick one central theme or event that has shaped you and that you can shape your narrative around. For example, you can talk about a high school graduation, a certain trip you went on that was very memorable and impactful in your life, learning to play a sport or an instrument, and of the like. If you're struggling to kind of come up with what to do or how to write creatively for this piece, I suggest looking at chapters 8 and 9 of our textbook that kind of break down how to write a narrative and ways to describe so that we can really get a sense of what you're talking about and feel as if we're in the moment with you. This part of the project is going to be taken through 3 drafts and 2 peer review sessions. For the peer review sessions, you're going to be doing this through a Google Doc link, and next week we're going to talk about this a little bit more so that you know the instructions and how to go about doing this effectively. So again, this is your time to really share with me who you are, and it's honestly your story, and it's a chance for you to write reflectively and creatively, and we really need to see a clear voice come out of this. So for part 2, the minimum word count is going to be 200 words, so that our grand total for Project 1 is going to come out to 2,000 words. And this is going to be contributing to the 6,000 polished words that we need to reach in order to hit that college composition requirement. So for this project, it's not your chance to introduce yourself to me anymore, but it's a chance for you to introduce yourself to your peers in a creative way. So you're going to be creating a virtual text, like I said, which is going to be kind of like an Instagram post or a tweet. And we're going to have a brainstorming session about this in the upcoming weeks and kind of talking about what we mean by a text and keeping in mind that a lot of things can count as a text and just trying to determine what's the best way for you to represent yourself to your classmates. You're going to have to include an image of yourself. This doesn't have to be a picture per se of yourself. It could be like a Bitmoji or an abstract representation, but we need to have something so that we can kind of get an idea of who you are and get a sense of you as a person. Once you create this virtual text, you're going to write up a short analysis of why you made the choices that you did regarding the creation of this virtual text. For this, you're going to be thinking about rhetorical situation, which we are discussing currently this week, and creator intent. This slide covers the due dates for both Part 1 and Part 2 of Project 1. So for Part 1, we're going to have our drafts due on the Mondays, Monday, January 20th, and Monday, January 27th is when Draft 1 and 2 will be due. So they need to be turned in before midnight. All aspects of this project need to be turned in before midnight so that I have ample time to upload your papers to the Google Doc link so that when we do peer reviews on those 2 Fridays, January 24th and the 31st, you have plenty of time to get your comments in before that midnight. So once again, your papers are going to be due that Monday. Peer review is going to be opened up on that Tuesday, and you need to have completed your submissions of comments before that Friday at midnight. The final draft of Part 1 is going to be due that Friday of February 7th before midnight. I expect you to take into account all the comments that you get from your peers so that we can really see a growth in your writing. Remember, writing is a process, so we need to really be embracing this and trying to improve what we do. Part 2 of this project is going to be due that following Saturday after your paper is turned in. So that's going to be due February 8th before midnight. All descriptions in further detail are going to be attached to the submission portals. Under the conference page, you will be able to access your group Google Doc links. Please watch the conference video and the peer review video that's going to be provided on campus before you start commenting on your peers' work. Good luck, you guys, with this project, and please remember to email me if you need help or if you have any questions. Good luck.